Hi, I'm Zachtos, and here's a tour of my upstairs reef tank. So here we go, we have the 240 gallon, mostly SPS dominated. This is a 7 foot by 2.5 foot by 2 foot tank, so it's about 2 feet tall, about 2.5 feet wide. Most of the live rock is put together with zip ties and PVC skeletons, so it gives it a very open structure. So you can see the fish have lots of places they can swim and hide. I mean, there's no real solid areas in the tank, so it makes for excellent flow throughout the tank. And that allows me to have more live rock downstairs and have more swimming space upstairs. Most of the corals are Millipora SPS. In the center island I have a variety of Monipora style plating corals, one anemone and some Clark-eye clown. Some more mostly Millipora, a few mushrooms I don't want. In the tank I have a few sturgeon fish. I have sailfin tang there, hippo tang. I have a very bashful purple tang, and if we're lucky we might see the emperor angelfish in here somewhere today, but he tends to hide a lot. For lighting I no longer use T5, I use metal halide 400 watt. 400 watt metal halide is superior to T5, but it's about equal. T5 is about equal to 250 watt metal halide, but not 400. We'll go ahead and take a look at the metal halide. Lumen Bright Mini 3 reflectors. Very perfect for a 2 foot tank. 400 watt reflux bulbs. And they're the 12K color temperature for the reflux bulbs. They're suspended from the ceiling with chains. I use zip ties to keep them from moving around. Just have a crappy shelf up there with Coral View electronic dimmable ballast. I have not used the dimming function on them yet. I have covers on top of the tank to keep the fish from jumping out, but mostly humidity. This does a great job on keeping the humidity down. I have a fan that blows across. Helps keep the tank cool. These only heat the tank up by about maybe 1 degree, maybe 2 degrees in the summer. I have your traditional Durso sandpipes, 4 of them. Redundancy is always good. Up here you can see my crappy Ghetto T5 light for actinic lighting at night. The tank overflows downstairs to a basement sump, which you can see in a separate video. Part of the sump is technically in the dining room here. It's all shared. We got some T5 lighting in here. This is a 75 gallon glass tank. It's got a flame angel and a yellow tang in there. Not much in here. This just helps clean the tank up. So my do-it-yourself cement rock in there. So it's technically a display tank. Got a lot of these mushrooms I don't like. The background is made out of great stuff foam, covered with a thin layer of cement that was brushed on. For food we have a variety of foods. Coral foods here, spirulina flakes, different varieties of golden pearls from Brine Ship Direct. I use Spectrum food pellets. And then I have frozen foods, which are mostly just meaty variety of foods, like micey shrimp and some seafood blend that I just mix up in a blender like a lot of people do. Now for flow, you're probably wondering what kind of flow I have. I have about 100 gallons, or 100 times per hour turnover in here, so that's about 25,000 gallons per hour. That is a special system I designed called a storm drive. here's my storm drive. I do build and sell these on the side. I haven't really sold any because I haven't really cared to pursue it. Basically, this one pump replaces all the random and linear flow that you'll ever need. This puts out up to 36,000 gallons per hour by using a three-phase pump that's run from a inverter, basically. Turns your single-phase service into a three-phase service. And then I have a controller that I designed. I'm actually working on a digital version of the controller with a lot more complexity. But it has lots of different modes of operation, like storm mode, surge mode, stream mode. It's got a nighttime mode. It's got a feed timer for turning it off, so you want to feed the fish. I also have a feed timer on the side of the tank. It's just a spot timer going to a relay box downstairs that shuts off the return. Twist it, it'll automatically shut the pump off. You'll see the water level falling. This is how I keep water in the tank while I'm feeding the fish so the food doesn't go downstairs, which is wasteful. Well, I can see a storm drive video by just Googling my storm drive. We can turn the storm mode on for a few minutes just to see what it looks like. Once a day it kicks into storm mode, which really blasts the tank and helps clean it out. The maximum speed when it's in storm mode will peak up around like 65. And then it drops back down. Anyways, you can see some of the flow produced here in a second when it reaches back up to its peak. Storm drive does make a little bit of noise, but it'd be completely dead silent if I put it in the basement. It is a closed loop, so it wouldn't matter if it was downstairs because the head loss would be the same. So that's some pretty insane flow. The great part is I can adjust the flow to whatever my coral's needs are. Right now my coral isn't real thick. It's regrowing since the tank crashed in December. So this is about a good 6 months of growth right now. Not much right now. Give it another 6 months. So I can turn the flow up as the tank gets more dense just by hitting the up arrow on my pump. And then my pump will automatically turn back on when the feed timer expires. I'll just turn it back so you don't forget to turn this back on. So I'll start just filling the tank back up. So I don't have to worry about it when I'm feeding. I also do have a battery backup pump under here for power outages. In case of a power outage, we have a battery underneath the pump, or underneath the tank. A deep cycle battery and a float charger with a relay. And if we detect a power loss, I think it's this one. So if that outlet ever goes dead for some reason, the tank will immediately start filling with oxygen in the back. So that'll help keep the water oxygenated. And that covers the tour for the tank for this portion of the year.